Hey there, Ali here, and welcome to a brand new video series on this channel called Useless Facts About Oddworld. This is a series of videos where I go through some facts about Oddworld that is useless. I'll go more into detail about this at the end of this video. So without further ado, let's get started. When you start the game for the first time, Abe falls down from the top. If you die in the first area without saving or quick saving, Abe will respawn back to the starting point. However, if you take a look at when you first start the game, Abe is having his falling animation, like obviously. But if Abe respawns at this point, he doesn't have his falling animation. Instead, he's just standing still. This is also the same case when Abe enters Necrom for the first time, as he also starts this level with falling down to the pipe and then jumping out of it with his falling animation. And again, if you die in the first area, Abe respawns back to this position, but without his falling animation as well. Moving on from Exodus to New and Tasty, here's a fun detail that I discovered myself. If Abe tries to communicate with Elam, Elam is trying to respond back to Abe. Here's an example. When Abe says hello to Elam, Elam is trying to say hello back.
Hi. Hey there. Hello. Hello. Hi. Hey there. Hello. Hello.
And if Abe says follow me, Elam gets happy that he has to follow Abe.
Follow me.
When Abe tells him to wait, he gets sad.
Hold up. Wait. Wait here.
When Abe whistles, Elam seems to enjoy it. When Abe laughs, Elam laughs with him. When Abe farts, he doesn't seem to enjoy it. Moving on from New and Tasty to Soulstorm. In the hijack level, if you reach the very top at the beginning of the level and face the camera to the left, you can see the end of the level, and you can also see how the ground is disappearing when it is away from the camera, which is obviously something you're not actually supposed to see by yourself. If you wait long enough, you can even see that the whole train respawns back to the starting position to give the illusion that the train is infinitely moving. Did you also know that the vending machine has a sensor? When someone approaches the vending machine, you can see a light at the bottom that is glowing green when someone is approaching. The same thing is also with the talking NPCs. When they approach the vending machine, the sensor also glows green. Not all vending machine has that sensor light. To give an example, the vending machine in the escape level does not have the sensor, and there's no light that is glowing when anybody is approaching it. Going back to Abe's Odyssey and Abe's Exodus, in the PC version for both games, you can name your save files anything you want. And since I'm a person who comes from a Scandinavian country, I am obviously familiar with the letters A, Ö, and O. Yes, this is how you pronounce these letters. So I was wondering, since Oddworld is an American game, I was wondering, can you actually add these three letters into your save files? And this is what I discovered. It seems that the game does indeed recognize the letters A, Ö and O, but just not as letters, but rather something else. However, because of this, the real-life developers behind the fan-made real-life version has made a tiny oopsie. In the real-life version, the letters A, Ö and O are not even recognized at all. Doesn't even recognize them at all. Oh wow. But I didn't want to stop here experimenting with seeing if it was possible to display the letters A, Ö and O. If I can write them inside the game by myself, why not trying to force it to be in the game? So what I did is I went through the directory files for Abe's Odyssey and manually changed the name of my save file by renaming it with the letters A, Ö and O. And when I went back to the game, yeah, no, it can't display these three letters. If you try to put them in, nothing is shown up. It just makes a huge space. So no, the letters A, Ö and O are not possible to display on Abe's Odyssey or Abe's Exodus. Another thing about Abe's Odyssey and Abe's Exodus. In Abe's Odyssey and Exodus, to enter wells or doors, you have to press the up button to enter them, whereas in New and Tasty and Soulstorm, this feature has been changed so that you have to press the square button instead, which is a brand new button feature. At least that's what we think, because what if I tell you that you can also use the square button to enter wells in Abe's Odyssey and Abe's Exodus on PlayStation 1. This is something I purely discovered by accident by myself. But for some reason you can't use the square button to enter doors, only for wells apparently. What's even weirder is that this input is not mentioned anywhere in the official instruction manual, nor on any official site, or even by the official Oddworld team by themselves, nor even on the internet at all. It seems like nobody was even aware that you can use the square button to enter wells in Abe's Odyssey and Abe's Exodus. Speaking of inputs that people don't know, here's another one that people have never heard about, but is at least mentioned in the manual itself. In the manual, it specifies that if you press L1, R1, start and select all by at the same time, it will reset the game. And if you do this, the screen will turn green for a moment and it will reset the game. If you try to do this while a cutscene play, the screen will glitch out and it will reset normally. I also tried this out on PS5, and yes, it functioned the exact same. What's even better is that you can still rewind the game like normally. And don't worry, this will not harm the game no matter how many times you do it, nor will it even damage your save file or the game itself. You can just do this as many times as you want. Anyway, last fact for today. If you have Abe's Odyssey for PS5, The sentence that is written for this game says the following: revisit Abe's original adventure in this iconic PlayStation classic. But if you're someone like me who comes from a non-English speaking country, you get a different sentence that says our original adventure in your own language. This only applies for people who comes from a country that doesn't normally speak English. But if you live in a country that English is the main language, you get the main sense like always. For Abe's Exodus, it's not really the case, as it still says the same thing no matter where you're from, and it will even display it in English as well. Anyway, that was today's useless facts about Oddworld. If you have something you want to share with me that is useless but interesting facts about Oddworld, you can comment them down below. Or the best way that you can tell me this is to tag me on my Twitter, Ali the Mudakin. Or if you have something that you want to show me in a form of an image or a video, you can also tag these to me on my Twitter profile as well. It can be anything, a glitch or a detail or something that people aren't aware of. Just anything you can think of that is considered useless. So this is why I wanted to make this video a bit shorter, to give you a great introduction of what you can expect from this new video series. Next time they will maybe be longer, depending on if you guys have anything to show me. So anyway, that's all today for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.